Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's meetup, Human-Centered AI Transformation, the Agile Coaches Critical Role. The meetup will be presented by Dorota Mleczko. So we would very much appreciate if you could support us with a coffee. And I would love to invite you to today's talk, Human-Centered AI Transformation, the Agile Coaches Critical Role. And it's presented by Dorota Mleczko, who lives at the moment in Italy. She's Polish and German by her origins. And she's an agile coach and AI transformation consultant who is advocate of human-led approaches. So human-centered perspective on any transformation. Sorry, Anto. There will be one more. So today's talk is by Dorota Mleczko, who is an agile coach and agile. Oh, Jesus, Anto, that will be sorry. So today's talk will be by Dorota Mleczko, who is joining us today from Italy. Dorota is an agile coach and AI consultant, transformation consultant, and she, whatever it's an agile or AI transformation, she's an advocate of human-centered approach, so human-led transformation. And also Dorota is the founder of Paloma's AI Academy. You can see Dorota frequently shares on LinkedIn the experiments she's doing. She's very active, so you can pick up some ideas from the LinkedIn. And something, fun fact about Dorota, she speaks 4 languages: Polish, English, German, and Italian. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Dorota Mleczko.
Hey, I hope you see my screen.
Yes,
we can see it.
Okay, let me just order everything on my 3 screens. Okay. Yes, so thank you very much. In the beginning, I want to say thank you very much for having me here. I'm not like a very experienced public speaker. This is actually my second public speaking event. So yes, I'm very grateful to be here, to be invited by such great organizers. I really love what you're doing here at LI Labs, and I've been also following you. So yes, thank you. Thank you very much for having me. And we will be talking, hopefully together, but mostly me at the beginning at least, about human-centered AI transformation, how I see that, and why I think that Agile coaches should play a critical role in that. What you see here, who you see here, this is Paloma, my AI twin. This one was generated with Artflow. So that's a cool option. Joanna already introduced me nicely. I'm a freelance Agile coach and Scrum Master, but also a generative AI trainer. So I started already a generative AI academy at the customer that I am consulting for as an Agile coach. But also I am founding now my own AI academy called Paloma's AI Academy. Currently, it's not launched. We are in beta phase. I saw some of my students here, but I hope to launch at the end of May for the public, so that people can subscribe. It will be subscription based, and I'm very excited about that. I am always on LinkedIn, so you can contact me there for sure. Find me, and let's connect. All right. So let me give you a short overview of what I will be talking about. First, a bit about the current situation, so what it looks like with the whole AI revolution. AI adoption mistakes that I have observed at companies, and why I think that Agile coaches are perfect leaders in AI revolution, in AI adoption. Then a small simple framework, let's say, for human-centered AI adoption that I think is useful and might help. Also some tips for individuals, how to manage the current situation, how to, I don't know, rethink your careers, reinvent yourselves. And in the end, we will also see the answers or the opinion of an AI agent, Manus AI, who will show us what it thinks about the future of agile coaches on the job market and how they can support AI transformation, so that you don't only have to believe me, but also an AI agent. So now is my first question to you, because I want to know, it always helps to know to whom am I speaking. So what is your current job title, role? What are you doing? Are you mainly agile coaches here, or are these different roles? If you could you can type it in the chat so that we have an overview of my audience here.
Product manager,
Oh,
Scrum master, Kanban team coach, business development manager.
Be on camera.
Ah, Dave Westgard. Hi. Yes, agile coaches, change manager. Oh, great. Delivery management. AI business consultant. Cool. Market researcher, CEO, product management consultant. Yeah. An AI agency. Great. All right, perfect. That's very diverse, but we have also a lot of agile coaches and yeah, Scrum Masters here. That's good. Okay, yeah, let me continue. So this, like that, the situation current. So we have to admit, like, beware, we are in a kind of technological revolution. It's big, it's important, it's undeniable that something very important is happening. And it is both exciting and scary. On one hand, every day there are new possibilities, like new tools, new technology, new things that AI can do, right? It's like everywhere, new things every day. And that is exciting. But on the other hand, of course, there are also worrying changes like layoffs, restructuring, total shakeup of the job, of the IT job market, generally in tech. It's a very new landscape now, let's say. This is not only because of AI. There are more causes to that, why the market is currently so bad, let's say, for agile coaches, for example. I know something about it. But AI, I think, plays a part in it. But generally, it is what it is. It is like that now. And if you're any kind of knowledge worker, so not only in tech, not only in AI, but generally, if you're a knowledge worker, you are probably already thinking, what will I do? How will I adapt? What do I have to figure out, and how to navigate this new world that is changing so fast? And what I observe is this growing gap between people who are like actively adapting and proactively changing, rethinking themselves, for example, and those who do not change anything. So some people are just, I'll just keep on doing what I do and maybe it'll pass. But I don't think it'll pass. So today I want to convince you a bit to especially agile leaders, because I think you're very, very important now, to take this first approach, this proactive approach, and like help shaping this new world. Now, the two approaches that I observe in companies. This is something that I see in the companies that I consult for as an agile coach, for example, or that I hear about from students, for example, that say, hey, AI is forbidden in my company. So different stories come together here, or friends tell me about their workplace, for example. So these are my observations, and there are two extreme approaches. So the first one, sorry. So the first one is this play it safe, do nothing. So that's this scared boy here. This image was generated by Ideogram some time ago already. And yeah, this is because a fear of data security issues, EU regulations. There will be also a meetup about that, right? That's very, very, very helpful. I will definitely try to join that. And a general fear of change. We know that one very well as Agile coaches, right? So what that causes is, for example, some companies just forbid the usage of AI, which is very, because of fear. And of course, people use it anyway, but they do it without any knowledge, without any preparation, which is of course also not good. And also there is a lack of progress and innovation in these companies, and that leads to frustration. And the other approach is this: you only live once, let's go all in. Like this enthusiastic boy also from Ideogram. Buying Copilot or ChatGPT licenses for everyone, are investing millions in locally hosted own AI solutions, which I learned that one corporation that I was consulting, they did that last year. They invested in a whole own solution, and it got so outdated so quickly. The model is now so old that nobody uses it, and they lost, actually millions. And they are saying proudly to the world, we are using AI everywhere in communication everywhere, but often without fully understanding why. Why are we even implementing this? Why are we doing this? Why did we choose Copilot? Or why did we choose this tool or that framework? Without setting specific goals. That's also the why. So what do we want to achieve with this, right? Where are we going with this? And this is an important one: without training their employees. So people get a Copilot chatbot, but they don't get any real fundamental training about what to do with it, what AI is, how to use it, what it can do, and all of that. And not to mention undergoing training themselves. So often I think people who are implementing in their company's AI, it's often some kind of CEO who doesn't even actually know what to do with it, what it is capable of. And these people are making decisions about choosing tools and things like that. So this is at least what I observe a bit. Of course, there's a lot in the middle as well, but these two, these two drew my attention, of course, as an Agile coach. And when you ask about the why, like we Agile coaches, we love asking why, right? 5 whys, 9 whys. So then you get an answer like, everyone is doing it now. We want to keep up with our competition. We want to become faster. Don't we know that one? Twice as fast. We will just roll out Copilot and see what happens. Like, this is the strategy, if you can call it like this. Or the goal is to start using AI. Simple. Just as simple as that. So these are not really good goals to me. So now I have a question again for you, because I observed this, and as I said, some approaches in between, but I'm very curious, what do you observe at your workplace or anywhere, like when people tell you about AI adoption? What do the companies that you work with do? Do they try it out? Do they do they forbid it, or what do they do? You can write it in the chat, but also you can just say it. I'm really curious about that. Cutting people costs. That sounds really sad. Next silver bullet to solve all problems. Well, yeah, that's the general vibe. So slow adoption at companies, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, and then that sounds also familiar. Small experiments, internal AI education, that sounds good, Zbyszek. Is that at the company you work with?
Yep.
Cool.
This is what I observed, right? So last time we have the internal webinar about AI and some news where AI is used in Rosman.
Okay, that's good. Okay, a lot of answers. That's cool. Similar to workflows we previously automate. Capability doesn't feel fully utilized. Oh. All right. Yeah, thank you. That sounds also very diverse. I think it's also changing. At the beginning of the year, it was really very slow, and many companies just denied that something is happening. But now even big corporations start doing something, some kind of adoption. Okay. Oh, I'll definitely read through all of this later. If that will be possible, I hope, Joanna, because I'm very, very curious about all of your answers.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, we can share that. Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay. Really cool.
Some,
right.
some interesting, I will just chip in because I thought it was quite funny. Somebody said annoyingly and just seems like help on steroids. I thought it was quite funny comment.
Yeah. Sounds, yeah, a lot of what you're writing sounds really familiar. All right. So what I observe, because I observe also a lot of failed, I wouldn't say already failed AI adoptions, but AI adoptions that for me are not the right approach. And I will also share some, at least one, short story about how this is a failure in my opinion. So, but I see a lot of parallels with failed Agile adoptions. Like we saw it already, right? As Agile coaches, and I still see it because some companies are still adopting Agile, and yeah, I still see it. So, for example, framework focused without context specific approach. This is what I currently even observe at a huge corporation. They say, hey, we want all the teams to do work in safe. And when I ask why, it's like a bit like the answers about AI. Because we want to be faster, because we want to be agile. That's also not a goal. Anyway, with AI, it's very similar. It's tool-focused, for example. Tool-focused without context-specific approach. So you just choose some tool and then you roll it out and then you think, you're done. We did it. We implemented AI. No clear goals or outcomes defined with Agile adoptions, right? Similar answers, like, yeah, we want to be faster or want to be Agile. And that's the same with AI, right? We just want to use it. Everyone is doing it. Leadership pushing without understanding that we had with Agile, and we have it now with AI adoption as well, I feel, especially leadership that doesn't actually understand what it does. No training or capability building. With Agile adoption, it was different. Sometimes, of course, there was a lot of training in the beginning and some transformations, but some missed that part as well. Sometimes I come as a consultant into companies where Agile is already rolled out, but people do not actually have never had any training. And the same thing happens now with AI. Just rolling something out and no really fundamental training covering like all of it, all that is important. One size fits all implementation with Agile frameworks like SAFe, for example, and one size fits all implementation with AI. We have the same thing. So there are really a lot of parallels, and I could go on and on, I guess. But this is, this is what I see. And who can help with that, right? So, well, we can, us Agile coaches, right? Why? I will tell you why. Because we already have 90% of the skills. I mean, that's a gut feeling number, but look, navigating uncertainty and adaptation, enhancing productivity and effectiveness. Who does it better than us? Leading change in complex environments. Hello. Identifying improvement potential. Fostering continuous improvement, because it's not enough to just roll out one AI tool and then say, okay, we are done. You have to continuously improve, right? Continuously check, not only because you have to check if you're using it right, but also because AI is changing, the tools are changing, the technology is developing. So we have to continuously improve. Goal-driven transformation, like we said, no goal setting, breaking down complex changes into manageable increments so that it's not that scary. Measuring value and outcomes. We have a lot of agile metrics that can help with that so that you can set real goals, measure outcomes. That's all what agile coaches already have. So those are already our skills and they are very much needed now. Now, the 10% that are missing, I would say sometimes these are the AI skills. So that's 10%, but you can cover that in my academy, for example, in the future. But generally, I think the most important skills we already have. But what is more important, or also very important, and why I think that agile coaches should be in the center and should be more proactive in these transformations. And that is because in our agile approaches, the human has always been in the center, right? People over tools, right? This is very important in such a transformation, and we have it already in the Agile Manifesto. It has been there all along. Individuals and interactions over processes and tools. Psychological safety. People feel fear when suddenly AI is rolled out and people lose their jobs sometimes, right? So provide some kind of psychological safety. Transparency. Be transparent about why you're doing it, what will happen, what is the strategy, what is the goal. Empowerment. Yes, we always were the ones that were fostering this empowerment of individuals, of experts, of teams. And that's also very important in AI adoption. And a sustainable pace. So something not a revolution, but why not an evolution, right? Like why not in small increments adapt and inspect and adapt and experiment. So that's all what we also can provide, and I think what is very important now. And now a little framework, maybe framework is a big word for that, but some tips how I think human-centered AI adoption should happen. And the first thing, and I think without that you won't go far, I even have a small anecdote about that. Universal AI literacy. Without understanding what AI is, how it works, what models are out there, what possibilities there are, what capabilities it has, you will not be able to successfully implement it. And if your employees, if you roll it out and your employees are not trained, then nobody will use it properly or use it in the whole, like use all the possibilities that it has, right? And I have this one example that was very eye-opening to me. So there was a situation in also in a corporation that I was consulting. There was an ongoing AI project. Like I knew that there is a team building some kind of AI chatbot internally, and the people came to me because one of the product owners was also a product owner at on my value stream, and she came to me after months of their work. And she told me about the project that they're building an AI chatbot that would help that would help find the right AI tool for every business need. So this was mostly to use internally at this corporation. And after months of work, they knew that I had started an AI academy. So they knew that I'm kind of an AI expert. So they asked me, because they were kind of stuck. And then they showed me a big document where they had covered all possible evaluation criteria for a business need or a use case. And like to let the user evaluate how important it is that the AI that they want to use is accurate, like scalable, robust, because of all that depends on the use case and so on and so forth. It was a huge document with all these criteria. And they asked me, so now we need to figure out how to map the different AI tools and models on these criteria, right? So that the bot knows what to answer. And I was like, no, you don't. You didn't even have to prepare that document. AI would have done that. Like with deep research, You could have done it in like 10 minutes and then, of course, reviewed, and then it would have taken like an hour instead of months. But you also don't have to tell the bot how to map the tools, and you cannot to these use cases and to the criteria, because that's what AI is for. And they were like, wow, surprised. Oh, okay, so AI can do that. And I said, yes, of course, you need a reasoning model. First, a deep research probably model so that it researches the newest AI models. But then a reasoning model maybe to map all of that, and the bot that will talk to the user and ask the questions. Of course, we need to write the instructions, right? And things like that. And I started telling them, and then I realized I'm telling like basics, fundamentals of how AI works and what it is for to people who have been running a project for months, an AI project at a big corporation. So I was, okay, without this literacy, it doesn't make sense because you're wasting money for nothing. So yeah, that's my story about lack of AI literacy. And then you can set strategic goals, I would say. So first you have to know what AI can do, what it is capable of. And then you can set informed, realistic goals that, of course, should align with your business needs, with your strategy, with your vision, whatever. And the next case is use case discovery, a lot of experimentation, but let domain experts lead that. Don't just set up some kind of AI team that will decide for the whole company what AI tool to choose and how to use it. Don't also, it's also not good when some kind of CEO decides for the whole company what should be used now and how, because domain experts are the ones who know their work. They have to figure out how AI can help them, right? So, for example, I am also consulting as an agile coach, but also like process improvement consultant, but also now a bit of AI consultant at a fish processing company. I mean, I'm teaching their expert manager AI fundamentals, and we run use cases, discoveries together, and yeah, like workshop out what could work and things like that. But do I have a clue about fish processing? I don't. I have no idea about this industry. That is why he is the one who has to come up with the ideas for use cases, right? AI workflows, automations. I am only guiding and supporting this process with my AI expertise, but the domain expert is the one who is the clue. So when you have a big company and you want to use AI in marketing, in sales, in product development, these will be completely different use cases and they will need completely different tools. So that's why domain experts should lead use case discovery, in my opinion. And then, as I already mentioned, an incremental adoption. Start small and experiment, inspect, and adapt. So we know that one as well. Very good, right? So imagine, for example, why not do it in sprints? You could have like 1 month AI sprints. Imagine a team that is implementing even whatever team, whatever it does. It can be a product, a Scrum team, but it can be something totally else. Just a team of people who are monthly running a retrospective on their AI workflows, AI tools, on their AI strategy or whatever they use. And they sit together and they look and they improve their AI workflows. Because they have learned more, so they can improve already. And they have learned from their failures, so maybe they want to change their tools or whatever, but also because AI is developing all the time. So, for example, when reasoning models started to become a thing and deep research suddenly appeared, that's quite new, that's a few months ago. And then you can start really building out your workflows. It gives you more possibilities. So imagine a team that has like these monthly feedback cycles and reviews their workflows and improves them all the time. Things like that. And I think that is the way to go. So this is my recommendation for AI adoption in teams, in businesses, but I have also some tips for individuals. So how you can, as an individual, find your way in this changing world. especially as an Agile coach, but not only, like everyone has to figure out how to navigate this. So my 4 tips are, of course, cover the AI fundamentals. This is the first step and a really cool one, an exciting one. Experiment, and by this I do not only mean experiment with AI. Of course, this is obvious, you have to experiment a lot to figure out how to use it, but also in general, experiment with your skills, with your passions, with your competencies, roles. Do not stick to what you're doing now. Why? What will happen once you have covered the AI fundamentals, once you know how to use AI, like really, and what it can do? You will free up a lot of time and energy because AI will do a lot of things for you that previously you didn't like doing, or it took a lot of time. So suddenly you have all this time and energy. And B, you will realize that you're now able to do completely new things, right? That weren't possible before. For example, product owners who have no idea how to code, they can now easily build prototypes of their products to verify their assumptions. They can just build a website or an app or just some clickable bot to verify if they're going in the right direction with their product. And in general, all business ideas, product ideas, you might have something in your mind for years, and now you can just build it. You don't need to have a whole team of expensive experts, designers, developers, marketers, at least not in the beginning. You can turn your idea into reality really quickly with an AI-powered team, with AI bots, for example, or agents if you know how to build them. I'm still learning that. So what once took months and thousands of dollars can happen in days. And that is what I mean with experimenting. Really be open-minded about your future, your role, your job. Do not cling to your current role because that's what you know. Just, go out there and try out new things because now it's possible. It's easily possible. Be truly agile. We know it in theory, we teach it, we preach it, but can we actually be it? Can we really adjust all the time, also in our personal lives? This is not an easy one. It's not easy for me as well, of course. So be truly agile. And now this one is very important. Build resilience. I heard this last week from Heidi Araya. She's a really amazing woman, a former Agile coach. You might have heard of her. Former Agile coach, but I think 2 years ago, she reinvented herself. She's now running an AI agency. And she had a talk about thriving in an AI world. And she said one of her tips was build resilience. And that really resonates with me, because with AI changing everything so quickly, this certainty that we as humans kind of like isn't there anymore. Your role today might be completely different in a year or even in a month. That skill that you have been so proud of for years might be obsolete. Like, for example, if you were a Microsoft Excel teacher in the past and you were like providing trainings in Microsoft Excel, I don't think this is needed anymore, because you can just ask Gemini to fill in your Google Sheet, for example, for you, to build one with all the formulas that you need. You can ask ChatGPT for every formula, or put in formulas into Excel. This is just one small example that I thought of that is actually like an obsolete skill, which is good because I never learned to be good at Microsoft Excel. Anyway, so this is all changing, and I definitely have some skills that might be obsolete already today or tomorrow. And our brains hate this uncertainty. They want clear paths and guarantees, and we cannot have that right now, probably. So this emotional resilience matters so much. So it's about being okay with knowing, okay with not knowing, with constantly adapting, like being truly agile again, and sometimes feeling lost, but having to move forward anyway. This is the hard one. I'm really struggling with that one, but I'm working on it, and I think it's super important now. And I have a bonus tip for you. So it was supposed to be 4, but I have a 5, a really pro tip from Paloma, let AI help you figure out your future. It is really good at that. There are many ways to use AI for all kind of strategies and planning and brainstorming, rethinking. For example, deep research models and very good reasoning models, as I mentioned. So you can do really amazing stuff with them, especially if you like put them into a workflow, like many steps of a workflow. So I'm currently exploring this a lot. I have already a 3-step workflow for, I think, finding your perfect future role. But yeah, anyway, this is something else. You can ask me for that if you're interested. It's 3 prompts for 3 different models. And yeah, it works very, very fine. I think I'll share it soon on LinkedIn. Yeah, but what I want to show you is I asked Manus about how Agile Coaches skills can help organizations overcome AI adoption challenges and to create a vision for the future role of AI competent Agile coaches. Manus is, you might know, you might have seen it, you might have seen the hype a bit around it. It's an actual AI agent, because you can hear a lot of people talking about agents that are not actually agents. An AI agent is a tool, a technology that proactively does something, uses tools, makes decisions, and creates plans and strategizes on its own. So a simple custom GPT is not an agent. But yeah, Manus is one. And yeah, I asked it, the prompt, it wasn't really a prompt, it was a research task with a goal, was a bit longer, but not very much longer. And actually Manus created a whole website. It asked me if I wanted a website. But anyway, I want to show you, oh, here's Paloma again. I really want to show you how I did that. I won't show you the whole thing live because it takes time. So it took Manus 30 minutes to research our future and build a website for us, which I will show you in a bit. So this is Manus. It looks like a chatbot, but it's so much more. And I will show you the video that I recorded. So I recorded a video. Oh, no, not like this. Oh, what did I do now with the video? Sorry. Have to find it. Oh no.
It's okay. Take your time. Do you want to stop sharing for a second? If you want to stop sharing and find the video and...
No, it's fine. I'll look for it. Oh, I'm really... Okay. If I can't share the video, I will just Manus and... Oh, I think that's that. Okay. Ah, there it is. Oh, sorry for that. You can tell that I'm not a proficient public speaker. All right. So this is the video. You still see my screen, right? Yes.
Yes, we can.
Yes. So I asked, I can tell you the prompt later. It was a bit longer, but not really very long. So I asked Manus, and what Manus does is it asks you back, which is already very good. When a research model does that, that's also good. So I had to provide some more details, and it started the task. And here you can see it has its own computer. It creates a file with a checklist, with a plan, how to proceed, how to get to reach my goals that I gave it. Yeah, and then it will check off the different things. So here's researching the capabilities, the skills and competencies of Agile coaches. So you can see it creates files with the findings. It's still researching. You can see how it browses. This is very very short. So and it's also I speed up, but in general, it's really great. I sat there for 30 minutes and I just observed what it's doing, and then it checks off if it did something. Now it's researching the current market and also the struggles that businesses have with AI adoption. so that it can later figure out how our skills match this, can help with these. So you can see that it tries to sign in somewhere. I don't know if it worked. I don't think so. Yeah, and checking off again. Oh, and then it asked me if I want to have a website with all the findings. I thought, yeah, why not? Build me a website. So it just started building a website, which was really amazing. It does not always work very well, so there are glitchy parts. I had to accept the deployment of this code, the website to the public internet, and I accepted. And now it gave me the link to the website, and also I could view all the files. Yeah, so this is the website. I will actually show that one live. That's this one. I can also share it later. So this is what Manas built in 30 minutes with all the research. So you can here explore your future roles. AI transformation coach, of course. Like I said, we can help a lot with that. AI team coach. Also, if you like being a Scrum Master, why not be an AI team coach? AI augmented coach, so leverages AI tools to enhance coaching effectiveness and scale impact across multiple teams. Exciting. AI ethics coach, AI learning experience coach, focuses on building AI literacy. That's what I'm doing now at the corporation that I'm consulting. I'm really building this. Yeah, you can explore the roles in detail. It will give you more details. And then essential competencies for future Agile coaches. So this is also very interesting. I saw the data fluency here. That's really very important. And that's also what I'm planning in my learning this year, to get a bit more fluent in data analytics, data management. That's very important. AI empathy, AI ethics, that's what we also need to learn about. AI literacy, of course, and strategic AI vision, right? These goals, the strategy and adoption that is missing. So all of this, if we have that, then we can have all those exciting future roles according to Manas. So it's not only me saying that, but Manas agrees. And you can click through the whole page. I found it really fascinating that he built a page for me. All right, back to the presentation, which is actually over, I think. Yes, so that was all for me. Now your questions, I would say, or thoughts on that. Do you agree? Do you disagree with me?
So I'm looking quickly through channel. I don't see questions. So as people are thinking on the questions, I would like to ask a question. So what else would you use Manus for?
Yes, I have thought about that. I have some credits. I even bought a subscription just because they gave double credits for the first subscription for the first month. So I have now 8,000 credits in Manus, and I'm thinking already. I already wrote down some ideas. I have to. Oh yeah, I will tell you what I will do with Manus. So, for example, I will ask it to create a whole new resume for me, because I have kind of reinvented myself. So I will ask it to create a resume, but not only like, hey, please create my resume. I have this skill and this skill, but I will tell it to research what skills are most needed in my context, and then create a resume that will speak to what businesses are looking for, but also, of course, be in line with my competencies. Actually, the first thing I used Manus for was to research myself. I told it to research Dorota Mleczko, the Agile coach and AI trainer, and then check for, analyze what kind of, how I could, like a business strategy for me with all my skills, with all my content, with what I'm preaching. And it even showed, when I was looking at the computer, it showed this meetup today, because it checked out meetup and it tried to log in to meetup, but yeah, it didn't. I think it didn't manage to log in. But in general, I got a whole plan, a business plan, how I could leverage my skills in the current market, and how I could get even some like passive income creating courses and things like that. So really very strategic and complex questions. You write a bit of it's not even a prompt, but a bit of a goal, and of course context is important, but then you just wait and look, and it's a bit like magic. Sometimes it gets stuck, but it's already gotten a lot better. So the first time I wanted it to create a website for me as well, with my with the research about me, but it didn't manage to do that because of technical issues, but this time it worked. So all these complex strategic things, or for example, I wanted to build a marketing and launch strategy for me because I have no idea about marketing. So it could help me how to market my AI Academy even before the launch already, things like that. So very, very complex tasks, I would say, that a simple bot, like a simple LLM will not do, at least not in one step. You would have to use different models and different workflow steps.
Perfect, thank you. Any more? Okay, we have any more questions? What is the 10% AI gap in terms of skills and competency? How do you recommend we close this gap as efficiently as possible? What learning tools, qualifications, etc.?
Yes, I have thought about this a lot last year, and I have tried out many courses, many training plans, and I didn't like any of them for different reasons. So I created my own. That's why I started creating my own course, because I thought, okay, nothing good is out there, and I can just show you the outline of my course. Jurek knows it. He is one of my very active students and also testers and feedback givers. I'm very glad to have him on my academy. So this is the outline that I created. It's an intro to the course. For me, this is what fundamentals should cover. A general intro to generative AI, very brief history, and very, just a bit. Okay. Brief history of AI, because artificial intelligence isn't that as new as we think, and some definitions. So what is generative AI? What is deep learning? What is machine learning? And things like that. And then a lesson about large language models. How do they work? Main LLMs. I included 4 in this lesson, but it can change. You can include different ones, but I think the 4 main LLMs like ChatGPT, Claude, Copilot, and Gemini are, for me, these are the most important ones. The differences, the use cases, also a bit about aggregator platforms, like you can save money when you use an aggregator platform. Then a very important lesson about proper prompting. I also kind of use a mini framework for proper prompting and a lot of tips. Main capabilities of generative AI and common use cases. I divided it in 9 main capabilities. I saw also people dividing it in 20 or 100, but I chose to do it in 9, and a lot of use cases that I show here. Then specialized AI tools. So we have not only LLMs, but we have also some tools that are built for specific tasks. So I just show what I use, but I generally have also developed kind of framework for how to choose a tool. And I show tools that I use all the time and that I think are very valuable. But as I said, it depends on the context. But I show all of this as an example. And then the lessons that I still need to record, that's why they are not green. Custom GPTs and Claude projects. So how to build AI assistants, not yet agents, but assistants, and when to do that, when it's valuable to do that. And a lot of my examples. Reasoning models, a lesson about them. I also mentioned research models before in the capabilities. Then how to build AI workflows, because if you stack some AI tools together, this will really be the productivity boost and this amazing outcome that you can get with AI. And then limitations, so ethical concerns, technical limitations, yeah, and the summary and call to action. So that is for me fundamental AI knowledge, which doesn't mean basic. It's not really basic what we do here. It's sometimes quite advanced, I would say, but it's still, for me, it's fundamental. So when you cover this, you are good to go, can go out there and help with transformations.
Okay, thank you very much, Dorota. I'm very conscious of the time. Thanks very much and see you. So we would very much appreciate if you could support us with a coffee.